Good afternoon, respected chair of this session, Additional Chief Secretary Sir, Mr. P.K. Parma sir, MD and Vice Chairman of Mega Gautam sir, Ahmedabad Municipal Commissioner Shri Mukesh Kumar sir, Professor Shri Shivan Swami. So quickly let me cover smart transport solution for Surat. As we all know, Surat is the 8th largest city in India as per the population 2011 census, 4th fastest growing city globally. It is termed as economic capital of Gujarat. 9 out of 10 diamonds in the world are polished, cut in Surat. 40% of the nation's man-made fabric and 28% of the nation's fiber production comes from Surat. Surat is one of the historical and ancient city, dates back to 300 BC. The municipality established in 1852. Subsequently, 100 years later, more than 100 years later, municipal corporation formed in 1966. If you could look into the demographics, we'll see actually the growth rate of Surat has gone manyfold. Just for example, in 2001, it is about 24 lakh. It jumped up to nearly 44, nearly doubled in 10 years' time. So nearly the growth rate, about nearly decadal growth rate, about 60 to 80%. Surat city as basic urban services, just have a glimpse. Piped water about 34%, now it has been increased to 95%. Solid waste management, we cover about 100%. Affordable housing units, more than 80,000 houses have been built and given to the lower section of the society. We have about nearly 18 megawatt. It has been increased up to 30 recently. 30 megawatt wind power, which is compensating nearly 50% of our consumption, energy consumption. And one of the safe city, because we have about more than 600 surveillance camera in the city. It takes the feed. And also we are monitoring for other cleanliness work. This is, looking into the infrastructure part, what infrastructure existing, how it could be integrated with the mobility system. Flyover, we have about 26 was there, now it has been 109. So overall, if you look into the travel in Surat, you comes to know more or less the smooth traffic. The existing transport system, what is existing, if you could imagine, probably you'll get surprised also. Till 2001, there was no public transport system. We look into the only auto rickshaws, which is catering the transport system of nearly 10 lakh population. Now today, BRTS route, about 6 route, operational network, 60 kilometers has been covered so far. Fleet size of 53 buses, ridership maximum of 38,000 passengers per day. Same way, one good thing compared to Ahmedabad, actually, a small anecdote also, when I was attending in short training program in Koti, Korean Transport Institute, I was told that, BMW. So those guys using word BMW, I asked what is BMW, they were saying, it's like, from home to nearest station, you come by bike. Bike means cycle. Then from station to the office near station, you go by metro, that is M, stands for out of BMW. And from the last station to the office, walk. That is BMW, that's what the concept. Probably that concept suits for us also, because looking into the scenario at Delhi and other parts of the city, and urbanization, as our ACS sir was mentioning, catching up, these are the solutions which we have to propose, and this is part of our mobility plan as well. City buses, BRTS, city buses, auto rickshaws functioning. So if you look under that, city buses only 125. There is a norm, if I'm right actually, 100,000 buses for 1 million population. So we have about 5.5 million population, and minimum we need 5,000 buses. If you look into the Bangalore has nearly more than 6,000 buses, one of the best transport system. And to cater to that public transport system, still we need to gear up. So the process is already initiated. We have about 53 buses in BRTS and 125 buses in city buses, which could be upgraded into nearly 800 to 900 by next year. And auto rickshaw, if you look at, then they cater about nearly 6 to 8 lakh passengers per day. BRTS mass transit market development. Overall, the plant about 102 kilometer in the city, operational 65 kilometer, plant stations 184, operational stations till today is 102, 160 buses. We operate about the headway of 5 to 6 minutes. Operational fleet 48 buses, and passenger, as I said, to approximately 40,000. These are the first phase project what shown in the red. The other ones are the maroon color, which has been developed, and it will be inaugurated shortly within 1 or 2 months' time. So overall, 102 kilometer will be operational in next 3 to 4 months' time. Second thing, as I said actually, because I was Executive Director and Deputy Municipal Commissioner in Ahmedabad handling BRTs for some time. So we know actually there are parallel services running in Ahmedabad, which, eating into others' income like AMTS and BRTS. In a way, Surat is advantageous because there is no parallel organization, there is no public transport system as such. So planning stage itself taking into consideration, we have formed already SPV called City Link. So that is going to incorporate all the three services. Services suggested is BRTS and then City Bus that will feed the BRTS system. And then the third is a high mobility corridor, which comes in the old city area where the traffic is an issue. So this is what the third issue I'm talking about, the green color shown is a high mobility corridor, 12 kilometer, stations 22. Headway every 3 to 4 minutes you'll get the bus, and off-peak hours 5 to 6 minutes. And services 24 hours, it will have only 2 routes, to and fro. City bus, so this is what I'm talking about. This will be the last mile connectivity option and also feeding both BRTS as well as high mobility corridor. Planned overall 515 kilometer. So out of that, 234 kilometer will be within the SMC area and remaining in the Suda area, which is part of the developed Suda. Overall, 998 stops in SMC under construction, which has been in progress. It will cover 94%. Routes 44, headway 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 minutes according to the route requirement. Fleet size 875 buses. 275 already been procured, and the bodybuilding is in the process. And probably we are thinking of launching about 100 buses on December 25th. Terminal depot 12. Again, this is also one of the best aspects, as I said, my experience here. There are some guys are sitting here also. Like we have a depot in one place, somewhere in Chandola, I think, Chandola. And every day the bus has to come for about nearly 35 kilometers. 70 kilometer overall is a dead kilometer. So by distributing in a month, we cut down about 1 crore expenditure in a month alone, actually, by redistributing the bus stop and the depot. So same way, in order to bring down the dead kilometer, you need to have a lot of depots on the other side and the periphery of the city. So these are some of the integration process. So interchanges, actually, this will feed city buses, BRTS stations, and high mobility corridor, and also railway. This will help us. It's planned in 15 locations at the regional level 3 and urban level 12. Transit infrastructure, as I said, these are the depots which will cater. It will bring it down our operational cost. Bus system, designed. This is the first time that we use the MIDI bus, part of that BRTS management. And already I mentioned about these buses, and BRTS buses overall will be operating about 66 and 50 AC MIDI buses. In HMC, like high mobility corridor, we'll have about 34 buses, and city buses 875. ITMS, like same in Ahmedabad, we also plan to do ITMS. It will be a smart solution, so that everything could be monitored at one place. And command and control system through there, actually bus console, we can talk to the driver, and then management, incident management, as well as traffic regulations, and frequency could be managed through that. So the system is being implemented in Surat. In that, all vehicle scheduling, dispatch, depot management system, business intelligence system, intelligent management system, all those things will be part of that. Similarly, what Ahmedabad has done it, we are also floating RFP for ACE money, like Surat Money or Surat Connect, whatever kind. So the basic aspect is, if you get a card, in Surat, that Surat Money could be used within the city, whether you go for a restaurant, whether you go for bus or metro, auto, wherever. So that card could be used for all the purposes. It's an open loop card. And this also, we could plan it a loyalty program. If somebody travels for about 30 days, we can announce, you can have a 20% discount in the ticketing. Something. This will be part of the loyalty program also. That way, we are also going to come up with this. Automatic fare collection, part of the intelligence and traffic management system. And this is also being done, and the pilot basis will be done on 20th of this month. Integrated mobility, as I said already, there were 3 parts. City Link comprises BRTS, city buses, and high mobility corridor buses. Along with that, metro also. The metro is under the DPR stage, the survey stage. Once it comes, actually, the whole thing will be a part of the integration. This is the organizational structure. I said this is SPV. Some of the photos gallery for you. This is what you are seeing, actually, the previous, before what BRT is being implemented. Now, after that, actually, how the transformation took place. BRT's interchange facility, depot, workshop. Now, as we said, earlier, the development-oriented transport. Development happened first, and then we did transport. Now, we are trying to shift to the transit-oriented development. Some of the solutions are part of the Surat Corporation, like outer ring road. So under outer ring road, actually, totally 66 kilometers. Out of that, 29 kilometers will be laid down, the new one, where we propose about 4 FSI, so that on both the side, 500 meter side, we get a density that feeds the transport. Surat Metro Rail project, Gautam Sab is here, actually, is pressing and pushing us to do the survey part as early as possible. We're trying to do it by this month, and we'll try to give him a route. And after that, the DPR will be prepared. Surat Multimodal Transport Development. Recently, the Honorable Minister of Railway, as well as the Deputy CM of Gujarat, signed an MOU. Under that, actually, the first project, the Surat Corporation, Railway, and GSRTC come together to form an intermodal transport hub. In that, all these facilities will be there, actually. Like iconic railway station, bus terminal of international standards, state-of-the-art green buildings, latest self-explanatory signages, seamless multimodal connectivity, segregating arrival departures passengers, accessibility enabled. And these are some of the projected photographs. This is a proposed site. Then the logistic park. As we all know, actually, Surat is famous for textile, the transport, probably the peak hours, bigger vehicles coming inside the city, creating a lot of traffic congestion. In order to avoid that, actually, we propose 2 logistical park at the entry point near the highway only, so that whichever the vehicle carrying such material can be parked there, and from there things can be arranged for them inside workshop or factory manufacturing units. This is the proposed site. The other one is the Dream City, which is again coming up on the outer ring road site, where recently Honorable Chief Minister did a groundbreaking ceremony for Surat Diamond Bourse. And this will be connected with, it will host about nearly 566 acres of area. It will come up with all sorts of diamond Bose as well as other facilities inside. It will be connected with the metro. These are the sites. So as I said, unless we incorporate all these things in the first stage itself, and through the transport-oriented development, reliable bus services with the frequency, and the last mile connectivity, we could succeed in a smart solution. And as we propose fiber to home and as well as integrated traffic control system, this also would help us to managing everything from the command and control center. Thank you.